Well, good evening and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight it's the Lompoc Braves taking on the Bishop Diego Cardinals. I'm Greg Ratcliffe, broadcasting live from the press box at Houck Stadium, where the 1-1 Braves are getting ready to host the undefeated Cardinals in what should be a very good contest. Bishop Diego is off to a strong start this year, having steamrolled Cabrillo 51-6 in their opener before knocking off St. Bonaventure 13-3 last week. Lompoc got off to a good start as well, picking up a week 0 victory over Simi Valley. But after building up a 21-0 lead in three quarters last Friday, they gave up four straight touchdowns in the final 12 minutes to lose to Rigetti 28-21. So tonight, with the Cardinals on a roll, they hope to add to their win streak by knocking off the Braves and get a little revenge from last year, while Lompoc looks to get past last week's stunner and get back on the winning track. I had a chance to sit down with Braves head coach Andrew Jones yesterday. We spoke about that disastrous fourth quarter, how the team reacted, and what we can expect to see from them and from the Cardinals this evening. Let's listen to what Coach Jones had to say.
Well, I'm here with head coach Andrew Jones. Coach, you and I have been doing these interviews for almost a decade now, and it's been very rare when we've had to talk after a loss, but that's where we find ourselves today. Now, things were looking real good through three quarters last week, then it kind of derailed. Can you talk a little bit about what happened?
I guess I'll talk about what happened. We played three pretty good quarters of football, and then we got in the fourth quarter, and I just everything. There was a lot of things that needed to happen that happened for it to go their way, and we obviously didn't execute very well down the stretch. And then you factor in, where I really thought things were going sideways was the shanked punt, and then we showed some life there on the goal line on their first score, and we have them stopped. The wing back isn't set. They don't call that, and then Leandre gets tackled on the goal line, and then we don't get the holding call, and then the shank punt happens. Ryan goes up for an interception, bats it down. If he comes down with that, we throw the double pass at the end to tie it. Ryan's wide open in the end zone. We take too long to throw it. Just a bunch of factors. I think what we're hoping for this week is that hopefully we've learned from it. I mean, we could sit here and dwell on it, but I don't think it's going to do us any good. So hopefully we learn from it, and basically what I've been telling the kids is we shouldn't allow one quarter to define us. There's just so many factors that went into that. Even when it's tied, if we go 3 and out and we punt the ball and go to overtime, or instead we drop a ball right in our hands and it deflects into their hands and it's pick six and now we're down. So everything happened so fast, and hopefully the seniors can take over and start taking some ownership. They put in a lot of work. It's a senior heavy class. I can name 4 or 5 years of when a senior class that I've had would have smelled blood there and would have just completely buried those guys. And we just seemed to let those guys in. I don't know how many 10-yard outs we gave up, or just, all week long in practice we're working on contain of the punter because the punter's an athlete and we know he's going to take off and run at some point. We practice that play in practice, and we just let him take off and run, So some of the stuff's baffling, but what can you do? You can sit there and coach kids how to do things. They still got to execute, so can't dwell on it. We got to figure out a way to learn from this and move on.
Well, credit the Warriors for making the plays when they needed to, but as you said, a lot of things had to happen. Do you think this was a little bit of a defensive breakdown as well?
That, and you factor in just, a miracle. They made plays. I mean, everything they did, we showed them in practice. We showed them on film. We take their cell phones away from them in the meetings. So I don't know if they're not paying attention or they're sleeping or what they're doing, but sometimes we were in a position to make plays, but the guy came down with it. But still, with all that happened at the end of the game, we got a good call and double pass, and guys wide open, and we kicked the extra point. We try to regroup in overtime. I mean, defensively, if we were to do it all over again, we probably would have just taken more chances. Being up 21-0, maybe just sit in the house and force them to either make a mistake but a credit to them and the QB and that receiver. They played well.
Well, as I said, we've been doing this for a long time, and I know this had to sting with you personally, especially the way it ended. But how about the players? There's not a great deal of experience in the locker room when it comes to losing. How did they take the whole thing?
We'll find out tomorrow at the game. We'll see. I mean that's the bottom line. We'll see. I mean, after the game, it's like a funeral. These kids are crying, and I told you in practice, if you don't listen and you don't do what we coach you to do, I mean, stuff like this is going to happen. For 3 quarters, it was going pretty good, and we just complete derailed. I mean, it's frustrating because, even one time I walked out on a timeout when we're just trying to run the clock out. I literally tell Leandre and Oscar exactly what to do. Hey, hit this thing like a missile. You're going to lead block. Christian Tornario is going to run a slant route, but go crack the safety, hit the hole, and then bounce it to the outside. I mean, the hole is big enough for a car to go through, running right behind Jacob, and he bounces it. So all these little detailed things, lead to mediocre quarters that, ended up costing us the game.
Well, there were some highlights, though, and a couple of nice hookups with Ross and Morgan come to mind.
Yeah, that was a positive. Hopefully that continues to happen.
Well, how do you like the performance of your rookie quarterback after his first varsity start?
I thought he played great. He was basically 12 for 12 going into the last two. The ball that Kai dropped, and then, the jump ball in the end zone could have been a better ball, but, what are you going to do?
Well, enough about that. Let's go on to Bishop Diego this week. They're coming off a 13-3 win over St. Bonaventure last Friday. What do we know about the Cardinals?
They're big, they're physical, they're well coached, they like to run the ball a lot, and did I mention they were big and they were physical? So I don't know where they get these kids, but they got some big Polynesian kids, several of them, and they're very, very good physical football players.
A pretty good quarterback, too, don't they?
They got a good quarterback, good running back, a couple good receivers. They fly around on defense. They're a great football team. We got our hands full.
Well, how about injuries? Randy's still out?
Randy's out for the year. He's got a torn ACL as well. I found that out right before the game started.
Okay.
So basically, 2 of our best players are out for the year with ACLs. I think everybody else got some dings, but I think everybody else should be playing, ready to go.
All right, Coach. As always, thanks for your time and best of luck against the Cardinals.
I appreciate it.
Pines High School from Las Vegas.
Well, back live now from Houck Stadium. I am joined by my tag team partner, the Statmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, the fourth quarter of last week's game was nothing less than shocking. And as you heard from Coach Jones, it rattled the Braves pretty hard. How do they recover from that while facing this very formidable Bishop Diego team?
Well, they need to do a couple things that they didn't do in the fourth quarter. One of those was not make mistakes. That sounds very simple, but it's usually the foundational principle of success. Don't make mistakes. Second, the punting game has got to be better than it was last week. When the opposition is starting from your own 40 on a consistent basis, that's not a good thing.
Well, you heard Coach Jones allude to the fact that that one shanked punt in the fourth was one of the key factors that led to the demise.
And the perhaps most important thing is they need to develop a sense of leadership, intensity. They need to be able to make plays when they need to make plays. That's kind of been the character of Lompoc football for those many years now, where somebody steps up and makes a play. And they did not get that in the fourth quarter. It was kind of everybody standing around going, uh-oh, we messed up, instead of
another thing Coach Jones mentioned was that very fact the killer instinct was kind of missing.
Yeah.
In years gone by, when a team we were up 21-0, they'd just go put their foot down and and get it done. And last week that didn't happen.
We allowed hope to exist in the Rigetti Warriors sideline, and instead of just squashing it, And that's always a big problem.
We are about to get underway here. The Braves won the opening toss but deferred to the second half, so they will be kicking off to the Cardinals to start things tonight on a beautiful evening at Houck Stadium.
Yeah, fairly good crowd on the Lompoc side. Across the way under the sunny skies, not so much, although the booth up here is pretty well packed. We got 3 radio crews, and
want to thank our friend and colleague and welcome John Martoni from KCSB AM 1290. He made the trip up from Santa Barbara tonight to broadcast on newspress.com. So it's always nice to see him around. He's a great guy, does a great job.
And I know this is your first time seeing the Cardinals. I caught them versus Cabrillo. And the thing you have to remember is they do have some speed. And the primary speedster you have to watch is number 5, Adrian Scirocco. And he runs like the wind, right?
And another thing we can tell you about the Cardinals as this game is about to get underway is they've got some size up front. And we'll get into that as well. As this game is now underway, kickoff fielded at about the 3-yard line. And nice coverage by the Braves defense, tackled around the 17-yard line.
Right there, about 10-yard line.
DeVille Dickerson on the stop on the return of Jackson Haskell. And the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 at their own 16, just underway.
11:55.
Talking about the down lineman on the Cardinals, I'll read through these numbers here in a second. As we get ready for the first play, they're going to send 2 receivers out here to the near side. One man will shift over to the left now, 1 man in motion.
Quarterback is
pitch to Scirocco for the first play of the game. He'll pick up about 3 to the 19. Quarterback is Buddy Melgoza. It's a 6'1", 175-pound junior.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's not real scary, but he's efficient.
Got some numbers on him. He's had a real good first couple of games.
Yeah.
His quarterback rating coming in tonight is 156.3. That's almost scary.
They haven't asked him to do a whole lot, but he's been, like I said, he's been efficient.
3 receivers to the right, 1 here to the short side of the field. Melgoza under center, drops, throws complete across the 30 and caught it about the 35-yard line.
And that's going to be Luke Knightley, I believe,
Knightley on the catch and run, tackled at the 35. That'll be a first down for the Cardinals. Put it at the 34.
Zip that one in there.
On a down and out for a Cardinal first down.
Now Melgoza 9 for 12 coming into the night with 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's pretty efficient.
Not a lot of yardage. You did get a 62-yarder against Cabrillo for a touchdown, but that was mainly Cabrillo not being able to tackle.
Pitch to Scirocco. A little bit off the left tackle, gets close to the 40. Gain of about 5. 2nd and 5 for the Cardinals from their own 39-yard line, just short of the 40.
Scirocco on his first 2 carries against Cabrillo had a 44-yard jump for a touchdown. His second carry, he went 41 yards for a touchdown, but that was called back. His third one was only 24 yards, and then his fourth carry went 40-some yards for a touchdown, but that was also called back. So he put up some yardage that he didn't get credit for.
2 receiver set, 1 to either side. Keep the ball on the ground. Contact in the backfield, but forcing his way across the 40 to the 41.
And that was John Gayton who smashed the running back that time.
That time, not much there. Good tackle by
Scirocco on the carry to the 41. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
And Tenorio is going to have to come out because of a slight
equipment malfunction of some sort. Official timeout stopped the clock, and Oscar will have to step aside for a play. Clock now running again. 9:30 left here in the first. Just underway here at Houck Stadium.
give him 2 on the play. We'll call it a long 3, 3rd and 3 for Bishop.
Nogoza from the shotgun. Drops back. Throws this one incomplete at about the Lompoc 40. Nobody in the vicinity. That was either a wrong route or something. The ball went to the middle. The receiver went to the sideline, and never the two shall meet. So after a quick first down, the Cardinals will be forced to punt on 4th down and 3.
Last week against the Seraphs, this Bishop Diego was in a very defensive-minded team. They kept St. Bonaventure to 3 points. You don't see that very often.
Really? Dickerson back deep about the 20-yard line. Nice high kick. Yeah. Calls for a carry catch. Backpedaling at about the 23-yard line. But the Braves would like to see a few punts like that on their side. Yeah. They'll put it at the 24. 1st and 10 for the Braves from there, as they will take the offensive side of the ball for the first time this evening with 9:16 left here in the first. No score from Hawk Stadium. It's Braves' turn. Now is when we find out how the Braves are going to come out after last week.
Yeah, they're going to come out
with 3 wide, that's for sure.
With a bunch of wide receivers.
Starting off with a running game right up the middle to about the 25.
I think that was Tenorio. It wasn't Coleman. Coleman's coming in now.
Oh, Canley,
okay.
Sheldon Canley for 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 25. Canley comes out. Coleman in. Kevin Ross running the show again for the Braves from the shotgun. Little pitch to Morgan on a sweep. He gets the corner and a head of steam. Picks up a block and gets to the 35 before he's knocked down.
That's number 5, Ryan Morgan.
And when you get Ryan Morgan with a head of steam, you can expect some contact.
Indeed.
Out to the 36 on that one for Ryan Morgan, and the Braves will have a first down.
Marcus Jan brought him down, but not until he had moved the sticks.
2 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top. Ross again from the shotgun. This time the give is to Coleman. He cuts it outside and gets tripped up by the shoestrings at the 39-yard line.
Still picked up about 3.
Lucas Dutcher on the tackle. Got him by the ankles.
And Coleman still hobbled a bit by a severe contusion on his leg.
With that week 0 issue he had.
Yeah. Missed a good chunk of the first game, and was used primarily on defense against Spaghetti.
They'll give him 3 on that one, 2nd and 7, then they'll give him the ball again on 2nd down. Finds a little bit of a seam and gets across the 40 to about the 42.
Burrows into the middle, and 3rd down and about 4.
Need to get out to the 46. Almost sits just shy of the 43. 3rd down, Braves.
Bishop Diego shows blitz and showed a little bit too much as they crossed the line and pick up the first down by penalty.
Yeah, somebody got into the neutral zone on that one a little bit, and that'll give the Braves a free 5 and a first down. Ball now at the 48.
And that's the kind of penalties you
Nothing wrong with
don't
trying to anticipate, but you've got to
want to see if you're a coach.
Clock running all the way down to 7 minutes remaining here in the first already. No score from Hawk Stadium. Braves with their first possession of the night.
Moves the ball out to the Lompoc.
1 receiver to either side.
6:54 to go. Opening quarter on a gorgeous night here in Lompoc.
Ross drops back quickly, throws complete to the far side. It's complete to Duarte Tenorio. Across midfield to about the 48 of the Cardinals. Pick up of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Coach Jones has been impressed with Ross so far, and rightfully so. I think he's done an admirable job coming in under the circumstances that he was thrown into.
Yeah, well, Captain Joe Schumer pointed out that by the time he's done, he could have been one of the best quarterbacks ever to play on the Central Coast. And I don't think that's a miss.
Well, that was a miss, as a quick screen out to Ryan Morgan was just a bit out of reach. And the incomplete pass will bring up third down. 3rd and 6 for the Braves. The ball in Cardinal territory at the 48.
Daniels over there.
Bishop had 3 big 4th down stops in the 4th quarter to win that
Ross
game.
back to pass, throws a screen and dropped.
By
Coleman hit him right in the hands. It was behind the line of scrimmage, but it was a forward pass. So
let's see what this is all about.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag down, however, right around the 50-yard line.
Out on the field, and notice the flag as well.
Holding Lompoc. That'll be declined.
9-yard line, and it's going to
The flag is indicated as a holding call.
Bishop Diego will take the play, which will bring up 4th down and a punt for Lompoc. And as we have seen over the last couple of weeks, punting can be an adventure for Lompoc this year.
4 yards.
Much more of an adventure than they really wanted.
Away at the Bishop 48 on 4th and
Deep man for the Cardinals, back out to 20.
You may be a bit optimistic.
Ready to boot it away.
Good snap.
Elijah Gonzalez.
High kick.
This year. It's a nice
Oh, that hit him. Ball hit a Bishop Diego player, and it is a free ball. I think Lompoc's got it, and they do. Bounced on the ground, bounced up once, hit the Cardinal deep man, and the Braves right there to jump on it. So a terrific break for the Lompoc Braves. And they'll have a first down at the Cardinals' 20. Well, that's the type of punch you want to see.
Yes, indeed.
We'll take those every time. So all of a sudden, the Braves offense is back on the field and in great shape. 1st and 10 at the 20. Ross and Coleman in the backfield. DeAndre will get the carry, gets a seam on the left side, wiggles his way inside the 10, down to about the 9. It'll be 1st and goal, Braves. The tip of the ball just inside the Cardinals' 10-yard line.
Boy, what a big mistake there by Haskell. Indecisiveness.
And a nice run there by Coleman.
5:42 to go.
From the shotgun, Ross hands off to Canley. Tries to do a little spin, but only picks up about a yard.
It's his second touch of this first quarter. Gives Coleman a breather on 1st down and goal.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 9.
Once again, between the left guard.
Inside 5.5 left here in the first quarter. We are scoreless, but the Braves trying to change that.
Jacob Nunez, their big left tackle. And their left guard, Andrew Garcia.
Oscar Tenario comes in.
2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal from the 9. 5:05.
Aaron Nunez out. He was in at fullback.
Tenario and Canley in the backfield. Ross rolling to his right, throws on the run, and this one is picked off at the 10. And down immediately, had to dive to make the catch, but that was
Marcus Chan.
Marcus Chan stepped in front of them.
Intended receiver and there's a dive and catch.
And just like that,
Well, the Cardinals snuff out
turnover.
that turnover by Haskell. As Ross throws it right into the arms of a diving Marcus Chan.
Marcus Chan right there to snag that one. Stepped in front of the receiver, dove down to get it. It was down at the 8. So the Bishop Diego Cardinals back on the field once again and on 1st and 10.
We've had 2 turnovers so far.
Back to the running game. Sirocco across the 10 to the 15. Picks up about 7.
That's number 5.
Sirocco listed at 6'1", 220, and he looks it.
7-yard pickup makes it
1st down. Boy, what a huge defensive play there by Bishop.
Even with all the yards you said that got called back, Mike, they've got him at 318 so far through 2 games. That's pretty productive.
Remember, they had an interception by Hunter Bodecker in week 1.
Sirocco will take the pitch as a flag goes down. Sirocco goes down at the 19.
Number 5, Sirocco on the carry.
Flag comes down in the interior.
There's a flag on the play.
This is going to be a hold against the Cardinals.
Against Bishop Diego. Well, the Cardinals, remember last week, fumbled on the 3rd play of the game and had 5 penalties.
So they're going to mark this one back. Erase a few of the yards that Sirocco made. 4:12 left here in the first, and they'll take this one all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, the 8-yard line. So it'll be second down, 2nd and 10 from the 8.
We'll give Sirocco a 1-yard pickup. And then
we are scoreless here at Houck Stadium with 4:08 and counting left here in the first quarter. The Cardinals will send 3 receivers up to the right, 1 here to the short side of the field. Melgoza from the shotgun, and he's going to keep it himself and get wrapped up quickly after about a gain of 2.
Beautiful play by
Rance, I think, there to make the stop that time.
2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
You'll hear us talk about Rance quite a bit, I think, over the course of this season.
Pickup of a couple yards, but
well, just across the 10, it'll be 3rd down and 8.
he got one of those Rance tattoos.
12 assists in his first 2 games. Made a beautiful play on the Bishop Diego quarterback there.
Clock running, 3:20 remaining in the quarter.
8 of 2 on the play.
3rd down and 8. 2 receivers to either side this time for the Cardinals. Melgoza from the shotgun. 1 man in motion. That's Sirocco.
And we have
flags. Oh, delay of game.
Delay of game, or did Tom Crawford get in a timeout first?
Well, they're signaling that Cardinals called a timeout before the delay, so we'll pick up the flag and stop the clock with 3:10 remaining here in the first. No score. Lompoc nothing, Bishop Diego nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back to the studio. And we thank you for joining us this evening here at 100.9 FM and KPEGradio.com. Speaking of KPEGradio.com, I know for a fact we've got some out-of-state listeners tonight, Mike.
Okay.
Quick hi to good friends Eric and Debbie in New Mexico, checking us out at KPEGradio.com. Hi, guys.
You can't see Greg's waving.
I'm waving. There you go. Okay, so with 3rd and 8, here come the Cardinals.
2 wide.
Melgoza, plenty of time, gets hit as he releases, then is picked off and dropped at the 18-yard line. That was
number 57, James Braithwaite, who sliced in there and stuck his helmet in the back of Melgoza.
The flag is against Bishop Diego.
And Jed Rance on the interception. The flag was against the Cardinals. That'll be declined, obviously, and the Braves will have the ball after our 3rd turnover of the night.
Yep, absolutely.
And they'll have it at the 18-yard line. First down, Braves.
Down and 8, and the pass is intercepted. Pressure on the play, and it's picked off by Jed Rance, who takes it to the 18-yard line.
That was James Braithwaite that laid the vicious hit from behind on Melgoza, forced the errant pass, and Jed Rance right there to pick it off.
Rance was able to return it about a yard, but Braithwaite put a tattoo on that Melgoza is not going to soon forget.
That's true. Okay, here we go the other way again. And delay of game penalty? Is that what I'm seeing? Yep. Before the Braves can even take advantage of that field position, they're going to back up 5 yards. Going out to 23, and it's 1st and 15.
That was a delayed game penalty against the Braves. Push it back 5 yards.
Okay, one receiver wide to either side. Ross with Coleman in the backfield. Coleman will get it, stripping to the right, picks up a block, and then goes down inside the 20 to about the 18.
And he'll get about 5 or 6.
Another penalty flag down. This will be a sideline warning against Lompoc.
Play should stand.
So that's just a warning. The second time they'll be assessed a penalty.
The good back coach wasn't.
The ball back to the 18, so they got the delay of game penalty yardage back. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Or they're saying I think that warning was against Lompoc.
All right, now that everything's sorted out, it's 2nd and 10 for the Braves from the 18-yard line.
And now Ross, after backing off, will go under center. Now
2 receivers to the top.
to the shotgun position with
Coleman in the backfield with Ross.
2nd and 10. They're
The
gonna
give is to Leandre. Finds a seam up the middle. All the way down to the 5-yard line goes Leandre Coleman.
Number 1, Leandre Coleman on the carry for Lompoc Braves.
It'll be first down and goal.
on 13 yards. It'll be first and goal.
Ben Bodecker was in on that tackle.
Ben Bodecker made the stop, but not before.
Bradley Waite comes out.
Go.
Makes it 6-yard goal for Lompoc. Bishop turnovers hurting them here.
One receiver to the near side. Ross under center. The give is to Coleman again. He's going to get wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got about a half a yard.
Yep.
Ball nearly was dislodged. Coleman hands on.
It'll be 2nd down and goal.
6-yard line.
That was
2nd and goal, 4-yard line.
Lucas Dutcher
Will to the 4.
stood him.
Pick-up of a yard, and then Coleman was.
Ball just about the 4-yard line. Ross under center.
2nd and 4. From the
I formation.
4-yard line.
Give is to Coleman again. Supposed to go to the left. Has to cut it back to the right. Now he's got 5 white jerseys all over him.
Yep.
And he'll lose a yard.
First down, back to the 5-yard
He'll be back to where he was on first down. It'll be 3rd down and goal now from the 5.
Defensive team photo.
Leandre Coleman on the carry once again. Brings up 3rd and 5.
I was talking to announcer John Martoni pregame, and he said it was the Bishop Diego defense that really came up strong against St. Bonnie last week and preserved that win. And we're seeing some of that right now.
Well, the only scoring that St. Bonnie did was in the first quarter after he recovered a fumble inside and got a field goal.
Big 3rd down and goal from the 5 for the Braves. Ross from the shotgun. Quick throw, slant. And is that intercepted? No, incomplete.
Tried to give it to
Ross is intended for number 9.
number
I
9.
think that was Duarte Tenario on a little slant. And that was almost picked off in the end zone. Incomplete, however, and it'll be a 4th down, and the Braves will attempt a field goal. This will be a chip shot for Aldo. At this 21, 22 yards maybe. Errant snap and a flag, however. So the play will be stopped, and that's offsides against the Cardinals.
And that means
Should make it
Andrew
interesting.
Jones has some choices here.
Now half the distance to the goal. That'll move it to the 3 or so.
End up being about a 2.5-yard.
They will continue to try for the field goal. It's now spotted at the 9. It'll be a 19-yarder. Better snap this time. Kick should be no problem, and it's up and good. So with 1 minute and 1 second left here on the first quarter clock, we have some points on the board, and they belong to the blue and white. It's Lompoc 3, Bishop Diego nothing.
Shaping up to be a similar game to the Simi Valley.
So far, so good. You're listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
100.9 FM.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back to the studio monitoring the stream and doing fun stuff like that. Thank you for joining us this evening here at 100.9 FM and KPEG Radio KPEG.com. We are so happy to be with you tonight and all season long. Let's take a moment to thank one of our sponsors, our good friends over at Frederick Quality Plumbing. Rick and Lisa, always one of the first in line to help us make these broadcasts a reality. Thank you so much to Frederick Quality Plumbing for being part of our broadcast team again this season.
61 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
His right foot into the leather,
and a nice kick several yards deep into the end zone for the touchback. And that was kind of a sidewinder, actually. You've seen end over end kicks. That was going side over side.
And didn't get real high, but it went far.
So the touchback will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. That's where the Cardinals will take over, 1st and 10, with a minute 1 left here in the first.
Lompoc cashing the 2 first-quarter turnovers.
This is an important game for the Braves for a lot of reasons, because the schedule doesn't get a lot easier. Sirocco finds some room on the far side on the first play from scrimmage. It gets all the way out to the 31.
Picks up about 11. And I think we're...
After an 11-yard pickup off of the ball. First and 10 for the Cardinals from the 31-yard line.
Looks like it'll be at the 31. Yeah, nice quick burst by Adrian Sirocco.
He does have a nice burst. 54.8 seconds.
Clock is stopped for some discussion. I do not see a flag. What do we got here? What was that?
Sideline warning against Bishop.
And that's going to be a 5-yard.
And that will be the second one.
So that first one was against the Cardinals. So that one will cost them 5.
Lose 5 of it on their 4th penalty of the quarter. So
it's still first down because that was, I guess, after the play. So it's first down now from the 26. Right? Yes. It's straightened out. 1 man in motion, 2 wides. Pitch play beautifully defended by Tenorio, who was right there. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2.
It was 3rd on the team in tackles a year ago.
Now, Oscar Tenorio had that one all figured out. Lost back to the 24, 2nd down and 12.
I have a feeling he had seen some tape.
They were watching film the last time I saw them on Thursday afternoon. Could be the last play of the quarter.
Total turnovers.
Hit in the backfield. Sirocco manages to come up with the ball, but Melgoza took another one.
By Gaetan.
And Sirocco manages to scoop up the ball and get out to the 29-yard line. It's actually a terrific job by Melgoza to get rid of that ball, considering what he went through to do it. But that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. With the score of Lompoc 3, Bishop Diego 0. This is the game of the week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
100.9 FM. And I tell you, Melgoza is definitely high on the list for the first in line for the hot tub.
Yeah, or the ice bath.
Maybe both simultaneous.
Buddy Melgoza making some buddies in the backfield here.
Yeah, he got a bear hug that time, in addition to a helmet right in the lower back, and don't imagine that felt good.
As they turn around and go the other way, we'll say a quick hi to some other folks who are listening tonight. Mary and Daniel are listening in, and Izzy and Mikey probably there as well. So hi, guys. Thanks for joining us. See you when it's over. Put 12 minutes on the clock and start quarter number 2 with the Braves up 3-0.
Bring it back up to the one you're on.
The white-clad Bishop Diego Cardinals now moving from left to right on your radio dial. And we should note that the Braves are back to blue jerseys as opposed to the gray ensemble they had last week.
Yeah, and the white helmets. So Melgoza looks right, throws left, and
complete to somebody on the bench.
I think that was caught out of bounds.
4th and 7 for the Cardinals.
Caught by somebody who wasn't in the game at the time. So that'll bring up 4th down. And the Cardinals will punt this away. Dickerson, Joker variety that is, back to receive at about the 34.
Lompoc is coming after him, and Goza has already thrown an
Good snap.
interception. That was not a good pass as well as Luckers.
Decent kick over towards the left sideline. Far side end, it'll go out of bounds.
Kicks it to the
Looks at about the 37-yard line. So decent position for the Braves as they take over on offense. 15 seconds deep into the second quarter. The Braves will get the ball with a 3-0 lead.
It'll be their 4th possession.
One thing we wanted to mention was, and you heard Coach, if you caught the pregame interview, was talking about Colin Ranney. He is out for the year now. When he's been out the first 2 games with an injury, but now it's confirmed he's got a torn ACL. He's done for the season, and that's 2 players we've lost to the ACLs here this year.
Two starters.
Yeah. That looks like Tenario out across the 40 to the 41.
Yeah.
Oscar will pick up about 4.
Tenorio from the 37 stamps it over the
2nd and 6 from the 41.
first carry of the ball game.
1 receiver up top. 2 here to the near side. That's Morgan in the slot.
107 yards. Coleman the leader with 148.
We'll keep it on the ground this time. Straight up the middle we go again for some hard-fought yards to the 47. That was another run by Oscar. And he's going to get just enough to reach the sticks. It'll be a first down Braves from the 47.
He picks up 6 yards and the Braves first down.
We should note it still is senior night here at Houck Stadium. All the senior players and senior cheerleaders were all honored pregame by their parents out on the field. That was fun.
Not a bad combination.
1st and 10. Ross from under center from shotgun. Hands off to Oscar again, fighting his way across midfield down to close to the 45-yard line of the Cardinals.
8-yard run by number 8, Oscar Tenorio.
8 picks up 8 down to the 45. It'll be 2nd and 2.
And they're just the offensive line is just firing off straight off the line, and Oscar's picking a hole and hitting it hard.
On the move here. 2nd down.
Ross, quick pass. Complete.
Out to
Duarte Tenario, number 9.
That's number 9.
He'll have it at the 38-yard line. And another first down for Lompoc.
First down.
For the Braves, a little bit of momentum here to start the second.
10 yards go from the 38-yard line.
Ross from the shotgun. Coleman right behind him. Leandre will get the carry. Stumbles forward inside the 35 to the 33.
Close to 6.
Martinez Styles is there to greet him.
And get that on first down, you're going to be pretty successful.
Yeah.
5-yard pickup, making it 2nd and 5.
Call it 5 officially. 2nd and 5 from the 33.5. Clock running, 9:30 left here in the first half. Braves lead 3-0.
9.5 minutes to play. 3-0 the hosts. Lompoc leading Bishop
Ross.
Diego.
Quick throw out to the right. This one is deflected in the backfield and incomplete.
Yeah.
Luke Knightley got a hand on that one as he was rushing in.
Yeah, they were bringing all 3 linebackers that time.
Need to tell you about the down lineman for the Cardinals. I'm just going to start with number 52 and just give you some weights. 200, 268, 230, 220, 205. It's a little guy. 300, 260, 296, 255, 285, 237, 350, 260, and 320. Pass to Ryan Morgan across the middle, complete down to the 28.
Nice catch by Morgan. He had to reach behind him, and he was backing up and basically backed into a first down. But that was nice.
So first down for the Braves. The ball now down to the 28-yard line.
Boy, that was a beautiful job by
To finish
Ross.
my thought, there is some serious beef on both sides of the ball for these Bishop Diego Cardinals.
And that's a first down at the 28.
First and 10.
Hand off to Coleman. Going to break it out to the outside on the left. Gets to the corner. Turns on the burners and gets run out of bounds at about the 12.
He'll have another first down. We're close
That's
to
number
it.
one.
And that's one reason why DeAndre Coleman is so valuable.
Yep. He does that start and stop. And if you think you're faster than he is to the corner, you're wrong.
You're absolutely mistaken about that. Yes. First down Braves. The ball down to the 13.
Here in the early part of
At the 13-yard line, 10 yards to go.
8:52.
Daniels, a lone wide receiver up top.
Cross will hand off. First down. Trying to go left side.
That looks like Coleman again. He'll battle inside the 10.
Forward as he rolls inside the 10. Close to the 9-yard
Just
line.
inside the 10. It'll be second down.
Mark him just
In about,
inside the 10.
6.
So a pickup of 3 on the play.
We'll give him 4, second and 6. Clock running under 8.5 left here until halftime. Braves trying to add to a 3-0 lead.
Wide receiver on each side.
And timeout on the field.
Braves were in a 2 tight end formation.
That'll stop the clock with 8:21 as the Cardinals call time. We will leave them with 1 remaining here in the first half. Gives us an opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, our good friends at the Surf Connection. Thank you so much, Robin, Dave, all the gang over at the Surf Connection for being with us tonight and all season long. We appreciate your support and everything that you do for the community. The Surf Connection. We talked about the Braves' schedule not getting any easier and how important this game is, actually. Next week, the Braves are on the road to take on always tough Aurora Grande. And that'll be just an unusual game simply for the venue standpoint. And playing that from Pioneer Valley High School as Eagle Stadium is being renovated. It's all tore up right now.
Elijah Perkins left and Daniels right. So a little bit interesting combination at wide receiver.
Ross backs out from under center. Tenorio is right behind him.
We should mention that the Eagles normally play in Doug Hinchin Stadium since Doug was a Lompoc grad.
And a run up the middle to about the 7. Oscar with the carry.
Picks up a
Second
pair.
down and 7, and Tenorio gets the carry after the timeout. We're about 2 yards.
Clock running, 8 minutes now. It'll be third down and about 5. Big play for the Braves coming up.
As the ball at the Bishop 7-yard line.
Don't want to have to settle for a field goal again. Sure, they'd like to punch this one in.
Aaron Nunez in at fullback.
2 wides and whistles will stop this one.
I think somebody moved.
Question is, who? Nope. Timeout Braves.
Okay.
Penalty, just a timeout taken by Andrew Jones.
7:43 clock stop. First time out by the Braves. They've got 2. It's always fun to go up to Doug Hinchin Stadium. We're anxious to see what it's going to look like when they get through messing with it.
Well, I understand they're actually going to redo the press box, among other things.
Oh.
Last week.
Well, it has been at times been a little crowded up there.
Yeah.
Especially the only times we go up there, of course, is for the Lompoc Aurora Grande game, and that always attracts a lot of media attention.
Yeah.
So there's a bounty of media representatives there when we show up.
Yeah.
Warriors shocked the Braves 28-21. Bishop, of course,
We'll be there at Pioneer Valley next week for the Braves' fourth game of the year. They'll either go in 2-1 or 1-2, depending on what happens.
And the Braves come out with 3 wide right. Morgan by himself on the left side. And Coleman, or Tenorio, the one running back.
Ross will be from the shotgun. Handoff to Tenorio, and he gets pancaked in the backfield.
He stopped right at the 4.
He got absolutely nothing.
Right at the 9.
2-yard loss. Logo Ba'a, the sophomore.
Tell you what, the Cardinals had that one diagnosed all the way. 2 guys got a hold of Tenorio and just put him on his back for a loss. It'll be 4th down, and we'll have another field goal attempt by Aldo Anguiano. This one will be 26. And this one's going to be a scribber, no good. No good, low and left. That was absolutely no good. And a disappointing end to what was a very promising possession for the Braves. They moved the ball well.
Well, continuing a theme from last week, Lompoc's having difficulty finishing.
We'll see how big that missed field goal looms. Score still 3-0 Braves. 7:10 left here in the second quarter, and the Cardinals will take over possession. 3 receiver set.
So Bishop will once again.
Sirocco sweeping right.
And a couple flags hit the dirt.
Sirocco goes out of bounds at about the 27. But we do have flags, as Mike said. We'll see what they're about.
This one we would assume would be against Bishop Diego.
This is usually in the area where you're going to see some holding,
Talking it over.
especially when you try and getting to the outside.
The Cardinals, 2 turnovers in this first half.
See what this one's about.
And only
The
1
play,
field
good out to
goal
the 27.
for Lompoc. That one really hurts because it was a beautiful
Yep.
drive by
Holding.
the Braves.
Holding Cardinals.
See yet another penalty against Bishop Diego.
That'll move the ball all the way back to their own 13-yard line. If there's any good news for the Cardinals out of that, it's still 1st and 10.
The 10-yard penalty moves the ball back to the 13-yard line.
Bishop's
First down from the 13, just over 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Braves lead 3-0.
Just about 17 minutes of action.
3 receivers up left. 1 man in motion.
First down and 17 yards.
Little draw play up the middle. Gets a nice little run out to the 22.
And this time it will be Marcus Chan, the ball.
Marcus Chan on the carry, number 20. Their sophomore running back. He'll get the penalty yards back. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Gardner with the stop.
Ball out to the 22.
Rips off 9 yards. Chan, of course, had the interception that thwarted the first Lompoc scoring.
4 receiver set for the Cardinals. 3 to the left. 1 to the right. Nogoza under center.
Sam McKaylee in motion.
Takes the handoff. Nogoza keeping himself. Takes a hit at the 25, but barrels forward for another yard or so.
Picks up about 4 or 5.
Nick Dominguez laid some helmet on him.
Huge tackle by Nick Dominguez. The senior cornerback.
Ball out to the 26. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Cardinals from there. As we hit the halfway mark here in the second quarter, 6 minutes remaining.
Buddy has carried twice for 6 yards. Bishop looking at a key.
3 wide.
Cardinals need some.
Nogoza under center
To
again.
get the defense.
On the ground again we go. That looks like Chan again.
First half, primarily on defense.
Going to get the first down on that.
I think he's going to get spotted out to the 32.
We do have a player down.
Looks like a Cardinal
Bishop.
up at the 28-yard line after the
Indeed,
play.
we have a player down to the 28.
So we've got an injury timeout. Cardinals
Stops the
pick
clock
up
with 5 minutes, 40 seconds
necessary
remaining.
yardage for the first down, but we've got an injured
Chan got the
Cardinal
first
on
down
field.
out to the 32. The play stopped for the injury.
When we return, let's
See
take
if
a
we can
timeout.
find out
This
who that is
Friday
for
night
you.
High school football from Lompoc. Good one going 3-0 Braves over the Cardinals.
That is number 60.
1290 Santa Barbara News Press.
One of the small
radio
guys.
Station.
Toby Pouso.
He's only 5'10", 300-pound junior. I believe he was in there playing a guard position.
One of those big guys we mentioned a little bit earlier. Training staff out to take a look.
Still seems weird not having Tom on.
It does, doesn't it?
Go ahead, you can play another one after this. Right now he's down, just getting up.
And they've got him sitting up. That's a good sign.
Yeah. Looks like they are checking the lower appendages.
Lower extremities.
Yeah, he's just sitting up to a 90-degree angle, but he's not close.
Clock stop with 5:40 remaining. The Braves leading 3-0 here in the second quarter.
Now he's
Yeah,
just
he's getting to his feet.
There's the good news.
And,
Pouso standing up on his own.
and looks like he's a little wobbly.
He's standing up and he has to walk across the field. So,
He's going to be assisted across the field to the bench.
in fact, you can come back after this. If you
But,
want.
A couple.
It seems to be putting weight on both legs pretty solidly, so that's good news.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like this is anything too serious. At least we hope not.
Does still using some assistance to get
Last
to the
run by
sideline.
number 20, Marcus Chan, resulted in a Cardinal first down at the
Okay, so we'll get back to action. 1st and 10 from the 32. Clock now running. Melgoza from the shotgun this time. The give is to magic number 5, Sirocco. He'll spin his way across the 35 with the 36.
Ran 6 yards
And
for that
he got
first
planted.
down. The injured Cardinal, Toby Solo, the talented junior.
Just across the 35.
like Luke Gardner was amongst other Braves in on that tackle.
With the first down at the 32.
Gardner led the posse that stopped him after a 4-yard gain.
Sirocco takes it over the right side.
2nd and 6, ball just across the 35.
6-yard line.
Melgoza back under center for this snap.
Pitch back to-
near side, 2nd down and 6. They'll try the right
That
side
was
again.
Sirocco again, no place to go.
And he was fortunate to get a yard.
Beautiful tackle by John Gaten, the senior
Like
outside
Sirocco there once
linebacker.
again.
Give him a half of one, actually.
Tackle from a year ago.
Ball out to 36. Still 3rd and 6.
He got half a yard and a full hit.
Yep.
3.5 tackles for a loss. The Braves to an 8-3 record and their 9th
2 receivers up to the top.
title.
Nobody here on the short side. Melgoza from the
No gain on
under
the
center.
play. We'll bring up a 3rd
Knightley
and
in motion
6.
back to the
Mendoza's under
side
center.
there.
They're gonna give it to
Sirocco
the right
trying to
side
get to the
Sirocco.
outside.
Oh.
And he is
Thrown out of bounds.
fiercely.
And Nick
That was number 5.
Dominguez
Or either a
said,
first round
"Yet."
or a
Was there a flag down?
I don't see one. He grabbed him by the shoulder and
He got him by
around.
the face mask before he did that, too.
3-yard pickup makes it short.
No flag. Must have been incidental contact. Okay, so 4th down and 3.
10 carries, 38 yards, but a nice play by Lompoc. Bishop running 3 times.
And Dickerson back to receive the punt at about the 30-yard line.
That perhaps. Not a lot of room and just a lot of
4:11
pressure.
left here
Bishop
in the
again,
second quarter.
for the 3rd time, will send out Luckers to punt.
Good snap.
Only 3 times
Real
in the
nice
first
kick.
2 games combined.
Angled over here to the near sideline. Dickerson will pick it up after 1 bounce. Stays up on his feet and tiptoes down the sideline across the 35 to about the 38.
it hit at about the 27 of Lompoc, and he picked it up just this side of the 20.
Living a little bit dangerously there. Picked that up with some white jerseys around him. Managed to control it and pick up some positive yardage. So,
40-yard punt by Luckhurst is best of the night. But the kid they called Joker.
so it'll be 1st and down, 1st and 10 Braves from the 36-yard line.
3:59 to go in the half.
I see Dave Alley down on the sideline from KCOI.
You know it's big if Dave's there.
I wonder if he'll be staying for the 4th quarter this week. Ross, hands off to Tenorio.
Spin move,
And they're going to get a late hit. Tenorio as he gets spun out of bounds.
he got drilled in the back he was about 2 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to call that one unnecessary.
Flag on the play.
Gain of about 3.
The flag is signaled as a personal foul against the Cardinals.
Plus the penalty yardage. This is going to move this ball across midfield. Put it at the 47-yard line now on the Cardinal side of the 50. First down, Braves from there.
3:54.
Makes it first
So a costly penalty.
from the 47-yard line.
It'll be first down, Braves.
A yard on the gain for Tenorio, but
Big possession for the Braves. They can punch this one in.
Yep, just before halftime, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. Ross fakes the handoff, quick throw.
Oh,
Nice stretch to catch that ball, did he? Nope, incomplete.
he certainly made a valiant attempt.
That was Christian Duarte Tenorio trying to grab that one.
That was
He stretched out all the way.
Yeah,
Side judge was
But incomplete.
so had to take a look.
And it'll be second and 10.
Waving the incomplete.
One receiver to either side.
3 for 9 with an interception in the first half.
Tenorio in the backfield. Same play, complete.
Oh, great move.
9 makes the catch, makes the spin, gets away from the initial tackle, and gets all the way inside the 30 to the 28.
Yeah, he put somebody in what Chick Kernan used to call the bubblegum machine.
Exactly the same play to exactly the same guy, Duarte Tenorio. Ball on the money that time. He makes a nice catch, a nice move, and picks up a big first down for Lompoc.
Bodecker was in on that tackle.
Bodecker finally tracked him down.
Inside 3.5 remaining here in the second quarter. Ross hands off to Coleman. He'll get wrapped up after maybe a yard.
Will just plunge forward using his big 6.
Down to the 29. Gain of 1 for number 1.
That was number 1.
It'll be second and 9.
About a yard.
3 minutes remaining.
Have our first appearance of a Scosh.
Scosh tonight by
3 minutes to play before halftime. Stay with us for the halftime report.
Ross back to pass. Now tucks it away. Hits hit and down at about the 27-yard line.
Speaking of getting pinball, he got passed around pretty good.
Picked up a couple. It'll be third and about 8, maybe 7. Third and 7. 2.5 remaining. The Braves have 2 timeouts left.
Pick up a couple.
See when they decide they want to use those timeouts. Not now, apparently.
The Cardinals' third leading rusher and 11th tackler last year.
And now they will.
Tackles.
Stop the clock, but 2 minutes, 17 seconds remaining here in the half. Braves leading 3-0. They'll be looking at a third down and 7 when play resumes. Gives us an opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, our good friends at Tom's Burgers. Thanks, Kim, everybody over at Tom's. Appreciate them coming on board and being with us tonight and all season long. Thanks, Kim. Tom's Burgers.
This is the kind of play where you really miss Cameron Iribarren because Kevin's been good, but he's not really the runner that Iribarren is. And
Ross is doing a really fine job. But he is not the running threat that Iribarren is.
And especially the threat part, because that meant that you had to keep a guy spying on him. So
here we go, third down and 7 as we get back to action. Morgan in motion.
Goes back.
Ross looks left, throws, incomplete. Tried to get one to Duarte Tenorio again, threw it behind him. And it'll be fourth down. And what will the Braves do on 4th and 7? Here comes Anguiano out on the field once again.
And this will be
43. Yeah. We know he's got the length. He's 1 for 2 so far. Snap bobbled, got the kick away. Did it get there? No. Wide right, had the length just barely, but wide to the right. And the snap was a little bit bobbled. It took a little extra half a second to get that thing set. That might have thrown the timing off just enough. So Anguiano 1 of 3 so far, and the score remains 3-0 Braves with 2:05 left. And the Cardinals will take over 1st and 10 at their 20.
Cardinals Bonaventure last week to a field goal. They held Lompoc this week to 3 first-half field
Passing on
goals.
first down, deep down the far sideline. This one will be incomplete.
And in double coverage,
Intended for Bodecker.
McHale, his big 6'3" sophomore target. Goes into the Bishop bench.
That was number 4, McHale. Who's
Makes it 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals.
Melgoza
a big, tall
came
kid.
in tonight.
Threw into double coverage over on the far sideline. But,
Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Starts the clock with exactly 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
Interception of the season, picked by Jim Rance. Stops the clock with exactly 2
McHale
minutes
over
to
on this
play
side this time.
Knightley will move to the near side in
And
motion.
pitch it.
It'll be a pitch toss on 2nd down and 10 from the 20.
picks
Little
up
pitch
about
to the left.
Out to the 25, close to the
Sirocco on the
26.
carry, gets across the 25 to the 26.
Big offensive line.
picks up the 6-yard line.
It'll be 3rd and 4. Clock running.
And the difference between this game and the first game was Sirocco and a couple other kids were able to break long ones. And so far they haven't been able to do that.
4 yards a touch, 11 carries for
3rd and 4. One receiver wide to either side. Melgoza from the center. Rolls to his right. Throws on the run.
A little dump pass.
Complete to number 20, Marcus Chan.
And he's going to be dumped just past the sticks.
Just across the 30, and that'll be just enough to move the chains. First down. Clock stopped long enough to move the chains, I thought. Clock running.
And they quickly moved up to the line.
3 receivers up top. One here to the near side. Melgoza rolling to his left. Looking deep. Oh, this one incomplete at midfield.
At the 46-yard line and incomplete. Far sideline,
McHale on the intended receiver again at the 50. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Good coverage again.
Dickerson was behind him.
Oscar back there in defense.
And Melgoza was flying to the sideline because he had Coleman tracking him down. 59
seconds. Stay with us at halftime. We'll give you a halftime scoring summary. Take a look at the first
3 receivers crowded here to the short side of the field.
Rankings to see where your favorite
Interesting formation.
Yep.
And flags.
2nd and 10, and now another marker comes out. And
delay of game. Holy cow, that's a killer.
The flag is for a delay of game.
That'll back him up 5.
5-yard penalty will make it
Move the ball back to the 25-yard line.
Be interesting to see if it's their seventh penalty.
2nd and 15. On the move the receivers over to the top side.
Ball at the 25.
Melgoza looking right, under pressure, trying to get away from Coleman. Coleman's got him with a sack back to the 21. It's tough to outrun number 1.
It is indeed. Also usually painful.
All the way back to the 21-yard line. Timeout called now by the Braves, I believe. Clock stop of 44.4. That should be the Braves' final timeout of the half, as I recall.
11 touchdowns. He averaged 6.6 per carry.
44.4 left. Braves trying to get the ball back and maybe get something magical to happen before the half runs out.
Yeah.
It's 3rd down and 19. The ball all the way back to the 21-yard line. They got to get down to the 40 just to keep possession.
DeAndre Coleman can do it all.
While you're down there, you can check out those two great vehicles at Sunset House.
And Leandre Coleman is simply a football player.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Lompoc's 36-10 victory.
He wasn't the defensive player of the year for nothing.
No, he was not.
Timeout here, trying to save some clock.
Okay, 3rd and 19.
They're out of timeouts.
Braves looking for a stop to try and get one last possession.
Third down
And they're going to send
here at the
Chiraco
21-yard
wide.
And the Cardinals
And
are
they'll
gonna
run it
stay
up the middle.
conservative, knowing Lompoc
And-
is out of timeouts.
yeah,
They'll
and
just
they-
keep
that was a
ball
burn the
on
clock.
ground here.
Yep.
As they
Braves
take
can't
it
stop
over
the
to
clock
25,
as they
to
burned their
about
last one.
26.
The clock running inside 30 seconds.
They call that a 4-yard
Played
ticket
good
for
out to the
Cardinals.
26. It'll be 4th down in about
Clock
15.
still running now. We're inside of 20 seconds.
And the Cardinals content to let as much time as they can run off this clock. It probably wouldn't be adverse to another delay of game penalty even.
Yeah. And we're inside of 5.
Do they even have to snap it? I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yep, going to run out. Zeros across the clock here to end the second half. Good time management there by the Cardinals. Second quarter done. 24 minutes in the books, and we've got ourselves a ball game here at Alk Stadium, folks. It's Lompoc 3, Bishop Diego nothing.
And Bishop Diego has had some sporadic success, but they haven't really been able to move the ball with much consistency. And Lompoc has moved the ball a little bit, but they haven't been able to score.
Haven't been able to capitalize on it. So it's going to be an interesting second half. That's for sure. Stay with us, folks. We're going to send you back to the KPEG studios now for some pertinent information about things going on around the Lompoc Valley. And we will see you in about 20 minutes for half number 2. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
100.9 FM.
Hi, this is head coach Andrew Jones of the Lompoc Braves. Listen to Braves football right here on 100.9 KPEG.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. KPEG listeners, have we got a deal for you? Now, we know you enjoy hearing all of our great music and special programming, but how would you like to hear yourself on your favorite radio station? Too good to be true, you say? No way! If you are a dedicated KPEG fan, you're invited to stop by the studio and record your very own station ID or tribute. We'll add it to our rotation, so when you tune into KPEG, you just might hear yourself on the air. Give us a call at 875-2750. That's 875-2750, and we'll tell you how. It's simple, it's fun, it's free, and it's right here on Lompoc's very own 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage. But the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over... Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of this week's game featuring the Bishop Diego Cardinals and the Lompoc Braves. Join us again next week as the Braves hit the road to face off against arch-rival Arroyo Grande. Pre-game starts at 6:45 and features an exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Then comes the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Lompoc Braves versus the Arroyo Grande Eagles next Friday night, and it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Fire, flood, hazardous spills, active shooter, extreme weather. In Santa Barbara County, there are things you need to know. If we can't reach you, we can't alert you. Sign up for Santa Barbara County Emergency Alerts today. To receive alerts via email, cell, and landline, sign up online at www.awareandprepare.org. Or for limited emergency information, text your zip code to 888-777 because you need to know.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc. Let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. We want your input as the City of Lompoc develops a pedestrian and bicycle master plan. Learn more and take the survey in English or Spanish on our city's website. The decision is a slam dunk to sign up for the Lompoc Recreation Division's Youth Basketball League. Registration is now underway for the youth basketball program that's open to boys and girls ages 4 years old through 8th grade. Come support Lompoc's young filmmakers by attending California Listens 2019, Lompoc Youth Filmmaker Showcase on Saturday, September 21st at the Lompoc Library. Certain Sparks will be on hand providing free ukulele lessons at the start of the showcase. Looking for something fun to do this fall in Lompoc? Our Lompoc Recreation Division has something for everyone. Check out the recreation page on our city's website. Visit our City of Lompoc website at cityoflompoc.com for more information on these programs and events and more. And be sure to follow the City of Lompoc on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for all of the latest news in the city. Thanks for joining us for this City of Lompoc news update. We'll talk to you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
So, you want to know what's new on KPEG? Well, we've created the perfect solution, and we call it KPEG New Tracks. Every week, we'll showcase some of the new songs we've recently added to the mix, plus preview some tracks that haven't even made it into rotation yet. From indie to heavy metal, you'll hear some great new additions to the library, complete with artist and song title information. And who knows, one of them may turn out to be your next favorite song. Can you afford not to listen? It's KPEG New Tracks. Catch it every Friday night at 6 p.m. right here on your home for the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet, 100.9 KPEG.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I shop and cook for my mom every week. I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now.
Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of this week's game featuring the Bishop Diego Cardinals and the Lompoc Braves. Join us again next week as the Braves hit the road to face off against arch-rival Arroyo Grande. Pre-game starts at 6:45 and features an exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Then comes the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the Lompoc Braves versus the Arroyo Grande Eagles next Friday night, and it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Hi, I'm Casey Farah, your host for KPEG's Local Music Hour. Playing music from Lompoc and the surrounding cities. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Right here on KPEG 100.9 FM.
Make a difference in your community and apply to be on the grand jury of Santa Barbara County. The grand jury investigates county government, municipalities, and special districts' use of your tax dollars. Jurors see the inner workings of government, not available to most people. And for the convenience of northern Santa Barbara County grand jurors, video conferencing is now available in Santa Maria. Apply today at sbcgj.org or pick up an application at any Santa Barbara County courthouse.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Well, welcome back to Hawk Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, as the Braves lead the Bishop Diego Cardinals by a score of 3-0 after 2 quarters. Mike, this feels very familiar. 2 weeks ago, this very night, we sat right in these very chairs, and the halftime score was 3-0. Here we are again.
Yeah. In that game, the Braves were marginally better than the Simi Valley Pioneers as well. Tonight, the Braves, about 140 yards offense. Bishop Diego Cardinals, smidgen less than 90, so about 40 yards difference in the Braves' advantage. Not a lot of offense as the score was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
The Braves have attempted 3 field goals tonight, made good on 1. And that accounts for all of the scoring this evening.
Yeah, and we haven't really had a big play by anybody on either team.
No, that's true.
We've had some okay plays, but nothing that got everybody in the stadium to their feet. So basically, this is a one-play game.
There's more cheering going on for senior night in pregame than there has been in the game so far.
And the Braves will get the ball to start things off.
Indeed, that's the good news. Back deep for the Braves, looks like Sheldon Canley and Joker Dickerson around the 10. And this should be a pretty interesting second half. We can only hope that the Braves are as successful as they were the last time they had a 3-0 lead at the half.
Indeed.
So here we go, underway for the second half. The Bishop Diego Cardinals will kick off to the Braves. A line drive kick will find its way into the end zone. Dickerson will give chase, but to no avail. And the Braves will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line to start things off here in the third. So after last week's devastatingly horrible fourth quarter, what's your take on the way the Braves have responded to that at this point?
Well, so far so good. That's about as positive as I think we can get. We'll find out in 24 minutes.
Ask me in 24 minutes, that's right. Okay, one receiver wide to either side. Ross from the shotgun hands off to Oscar Tenorio. It's wrapped up in the backfield. Escapes 1, escapes 2. Still on his feet. Cuts to the other direction. Wanting to get some room on the far side, and he gets a walloped over there after
about a 3-yard gain. But
he ran about 50 yards and gained about 3. And I do mean he covered some ground. He should have been down like about 3 or 4 times and broke free. Finally got tracked down. They're going to give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, and the question is, does that indicate that Bishop Diego is getting kind of tired?
Well, if Oscar has to run a few more like that, he's going to get tired.
Yeah, but then you give the ball to Levon Coleman.
There you go. Pitch to Morgan on a sweep. And they'll give him about a yard is all. Pickup of 1, 3rd down and 7.
Second catch of the night for Morgan, but only
Morgan caught that one on a little sweep.
Yeah, a little kind of the old Utah special pickup of 1 or 2.
2 receivers up top, 2 here to the near side. Ross from the shotgun. Back to pass, under pressure. He's going to get sacked all the way back to the 18. He got double teamed back there.
Well, Marcus Chan has been playing a whale of a game tonight.
Yep, he was in the backfield in a hurry. Introduced himself to Kevin Ross. And 4th and 11 now for Lompoc. And they'll punt it off after a 3 and out to start the second half.
And Chan is that Chan or Haskins back there? Can't tell if it's 10 or 20, but
I think that's Haskins.
Oh, and the low snap.
Ball walling around in the end zone. It's covered up by the Bishop Diego Cardinals. Touchdown. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Bishop Diego. That's Luke Knightley.
Luke Knightley there to cover it up in the end zone, and a horrible turn of events for the Braves puts the Cardinals on the board. Oh, my goodness. For the second week in a row, some shocking events taking place here.
And special teams has been
there until right now. First time
That's-
they have roared across
That's been a problem for the Braves, shall we say.
and they will attempt an extra point.
A muffed punt on the snap.
This is
Number 12.
Demetrius. Nope, how about that? Adam Luckhurst is up and good.
Snap is good. The hold by Michael Luckhurst.
So just like that, it's Bishop Diego 7, Lompoc 3.
Diego, just like that, comes out and gets a gift touchdown
On the bad snap,
9:45 to go.
and my goodness,
Snap. And
the Braves find themselves down 7-3 here early in the third.
It fell to the ground just to the right of the goalposts, about 2 yards.
So we were just here a minute ago, Bishop Diego kicking off. We're going to do it again.
To give the Cardinals their first score and first lead of this Friday night.
The special teams looming large here for both squads. Kind of on the negative side for the Braves at this point.
Yeah.
Bishop Diego,
And
this one for 6 points.
punting has been an adventure.
Despite
And not a
being
good one.
outgained by 50 yards in the first
Okay,
half.
9:45
7-3
left here in the third. It's Bishop Diego 7, Lompoc 3, and the Braves set to receive the kickoff. Trying to get the football on the field so we can play.
Great about the outcome of that one.
Funny thing about this game, it works better when you have a ball.
Position. They didn't know they would
Yeah.
get that field position with Knightley 2 yards in the end zone.
Okay.
On the pigskin.
Now Luckhurst back to kick once again.
Luckhurst clapping his hands 2 or 3 times. Bishop cheerleaders waving their silver
Canley and Dickerson back once again for the Braves. This time at the 5-yard line.
And Bishop has some hope.
High, deep, end over end kick, about 5-6 yards deep in the end zone for the touchback. That will give the Braves the first down at their own 20. 9:44 left here in the third, and the Lompoc Braves will have the ball once again. This is
last year, Knightley third on the team.
Stunning,
rushing,
Mike.
11th in tackles.
Yeah.
He had 1 interception a year ago.
If you don't play well, bad things happen.
That's his first fumble recovery over the last 2 seasons.
Well
A
said.
big one. We'll see what the Braves can do now.
Okay. Braves back on offense. They'll send 2 receivers up top. One here to the near side, Kevin Ross from the shotgun, and delay of game.
Comes out.
And that's a great way to start this possession.
And this is going to be a delay
Back up 5 yards.
Lompoc. So first time all night the Braves have been
So things
called for a delay of game.
unraveling a little bit here for the Braves. Here to start the second.
Has changed now. Let's see what
Ross fakes the handoff, throws wide to the far side, skying to make the catch was Kalen Daniels, I believe, but tackled immediately after a gain of a couple.
5'10", 145.
And a flag down. They got a flag down in the middle of the field.
In front of 2 Cardinals, Jackson
See what this is about.
along with Lucas Dutcher were covering Daniels, but somehow
Man,
he
this
came
is
down with a fine catch.
chop block against the Braves. Negates the catch. Moves the ball back to the 7. Oh, my goodness. Still first down, but now first and 23, I believe.
9:15 to go.
Retrograde motion at its finest. And a flag down again. And, okay, this is offsides against Bishop Diego.
Offside against Bishop.
So we're playing musical flags at the moment.
Welcome to Flag Fest 2019.
Okay, still first down. After all of this, it's still first down.
1st and 17 at the 12.
And more movement on the line.
Are you kidding me?
Who moved first? They did.
Bounced into the neutral zone.
Another 5 yards against the Cardinals will move the ball back up to the 18. And it's still first down. Now it's 1st and 12.
Under 9 minutes to go.
1st and 22.
And we got to play off without a flag so far. That looks like Leandre Coleman will get close to nothing.
Whistle ball gets stripped loose. A big pile up of bodies. That was number 1, Leandre Coleman on the
I'm going to call that no gain. It'll be 2nd down.
Bishop defense. I think they're going to say no gain on the play.
2nd down from the 18. 2nd and 12.
And Bishop is definitely fired up right now.
It's amazing what a turnover and a score can do for your defensive enthusiasm.
Have a good chance against Como next week.
2nd and 12. Ross from the shotgun throws complete out there to Duarte Tenorio, breaks the tackle and makes a first down out to the 35.
That's number 9, Tristan Duarte.
And that was all Duarte Tenorio's second effort to break a tackle at point of contact.
8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Out to the 34. And a first down Braves.
And a Lompoc first down.
One receiver up top, one here to the near side. Ross hands off to Coleman. He goes left.
And picks up about 6.
They'll go to their bread and butter.
Got across the 40, close to the 41, does Coleman.
34 trying to go around left end. Look like number 61. Nice game. Out to the 40-yard
It's going to be 2nd down and, about 4. 3.5.
5'9", 260
Nice gain of 6 or so by Coleman.
and only in 9th grade.
Leandre will stay in the game just to the right of Kevin Ross.
2nd and 4. Here comes Knightley on a blitz. They
Coleman trying to slip left, and he gets dropped for a loss of 1.
The Lompoc runner. That was Coleman. Well, they ran away from the blitzing Knightley. A smart move.
Lucas Dutcher got in there quickly and made the stop for the loss.
Yeah, maybe
back to the 38.
Loss of 2.
Call that 3rd and 6 for the Braves.
3rd down, about 6 now for Lompoc as we approach the halfway mark here in the 3rd quarter. 6:40 remaining.
And they have not been able to get the ball to Morgan downfield at all. Timeout Lompoc.
That stops the clock with 6:36 left here in the 3rd. It's 3 for the Braves, 7 for the Cardinals. The visitors from Bishop Diego leading here midway through the 3rd.
Things certainly changed after that.
Braves using their first time out of the second half. That in itself could prove important later on.
Indeed.
But this is a big play for the Braves. It's 3rd down and about 6. They
jumped on it, and now
gives us an opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, our good friend Box Shop Bob at the Box Shop. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you signing up, helping us out this year. Box Shop Bob at the Box Shop.
A phenomenal coach, one of the big, young, upcoming talents in the high school coaching ranks.
I know it's only mid-3rd, Mike, but this 3rd down really seems big to me.
Yeah.
Last year.
Well, we talked about needing to make plays. This is definitely needing to make plays. And
so here's
some fairly wholesale substitutions along the offensive line. Kind of interesting.
In 2011.
3 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top. Throw across the middle, complete, and down at the 42. Who made that catch? That was Dickerson.
That's going to be a first down. 20 yards. First down
Joker Dickerson on the catch and run down to the 42, and the Braves convert a 3rd and 6 into a 1st and 10.
That was an absolute dart.
That was a well-thrown ball by Kevin Ross.
Timeout well spent by Andrew.
High snap, brought down by Ross. Gets it to Coleman. He breaks the tackle, powers through another would-be tackler, and gets down to the 36. He ran right through Ben Bodecker. Pickup of about 6 for Coleman, 2nd and 4 from the 36. And speaking of fired up, Ray's looking a little excited right now.
Almost got Bishop Diego to jump again.
Ross has got a nice little hard count, I think, going on up there. Give us to Coleman, picks his way through the line, gets down to about the 31.
And the first down.
Yep, indeed. First and 10 Braves from the Bishop Diego 31-yard line. 5.5 remaining here in the third. Braves trailing 7-3, but on the move here.
Yep. Haven't heard you say that too often. Very good. Braves trailing.
That doesn't happen often. One receiver wide to either side. Coleman again, picking his way through traffic. Finally gets stood up at about the 28.
There wasn't a whole lot of hole there, and he made a little bit. But,
that gave him forward progress to the 29. Pickup of a couple. Second down and 8 for the Braves.
And the Braves operating with a little bit of urgency. Tenorio in at tailback.
Fakes the handoff. Ross throwing to the end zone. Got Daniels. Did you get it? Touchdown, Braves! Kalen Daniels skies up to get that one, and the Braves have their first touchdown of the night. And I got to tell you, that was another real nice pass by Kevin Ross.
It was indeed. I tell you, the potential is definitely there.
Oh, yeah.
It's exciting.
It's 9-7. Lompoc back on top with the PAT pending. Good snap. The kick is away. Looks good to me.
Yep.
The officials like it as well. 4 minutes, 32 seconds remaining here in the third, and the Braves retake the lead. It's Lompoc 10, Bishop Diego 7.
Well, that was a 29-yard rainbow.
You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here along with Mike Loney.
And the most encouraging thing about that was Lompoc got punched in the mouth and they responded by getting up off the deck.
And we welcome Judy with an eye Baker back to studio control for the second half. Thank you, Bill, for your work in the first.
The Judy.
The Judy warrior is back. 4 minutes, 32 seconds left here in the third. And the Braves finally find the end zone. That was a thing of beauty there, Mike.
It was.
On both sides of the ball.
And guess what?
Oh, the ball fell off the tee.
At least it was just whistles instead of flags.
Yeah. Whistles I can deal with. Anguiano puts his foot into this one. Nice end-over-end kick. Fielded at about the 6-yard line. It's got a wedge heading straight up the middle across the 30 to about the 32. Rybieska on the return. Got about 22 on the return out to the 32. 31, they'll put it. First down, Cardinals from there.
A good kickoff return there as Rybieska.
So now what can Bishop Diego do to answer that? Here's where it gets interesting.
Runs it back 26 yards.
One receiver wide.
Trailing for the second time tonight.
Sirocco gets the carry off a right tackle, picks up about 2, maybe 3.
First down, they'll give it to Adrian Sirocco. From the 31, Sirocco.
Put it at the 33 for a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Clock running. We've got 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Lompoc now back on top by a score of 10-7. Cardinals will send 2 receivers out here to the near side, 1 up top.
Good job of playing keep away here in quarter number 3.
Melgoza from the shotgun this time, 1 man in motion. Melgoza with the pitch. Sirocco gets away from one guy, cuts it outside, and gets run down right at about the line of scrimmage.
Good penetration by the linebacking core, forced him wide, and then
I think Luke Gardner was there to knock him down.
Came up and chopped his legs out.
Sophomore, he's only 5'10".
Look at Luke Gardner out there compared to some of these low linemen of the Cardinals. Luke's only 145 pounds, but he plays a whole lot bigger than that.
They're going to say he picked up a yard on that one. But Sirocco came in averaging 5.7 yards a carry, and he hasn't been near that tonight.
Anywhere near that one. 3rd down and 7. Whistles. There's a flag with a delay. Yep. We have seen more delay of game tonight than we have in a typical season.
Bunch of hankies.
Back him up to the 28.
With 2:53 remaining in the 3rd. And then put the ball at the 29 of Bishop.
3rd and about 12, maybe 13. 3 receivers up top.
Now back inside the 30. 3rd down.
Right.
Looking to pass, rolling right, under pressure, throws on the run. Got a man complete and tackled immediately right at the sticks at the 40. See where they put it.
That's going to be real close.
What a play by Knightley. He caught the ball at the 39, was short of
Luke Knightley on the catch and got apparently just enough at the 41. Yep, they're going to give it to him.
2:39.
Real nice catch by Knightley and powered his way just enough to get the first after the catch. And they needed that one desperately. Sirocco up the middle, across the 45, flag down. What a shock. Gain of about 4 on the carry. Let's see what the penalty is about.
This one again.
Ooh.
That's going to hurt. It's a chop block versus the Cardinals.
Uh-oh. It will cost them big time. There's the official signal. Chop block, move the ball all the way back to the 30-yard line. Make it the 28-yard line. Yikes. It's got to drive your coach crazy.
It's going to be first and 20-something.
Ran out of fingers and toes, sorry. Melgoza from the shotgun. And more flags come out. Sirocco gets down after about a 1, maybe a 2-yard carry, but they got 3 hankies on the field.
And Sirocco ended up picking up almost 2.
Illegal shift against the Cardinals, declined by the Braves. They'll give him the 2-yard pickup to the 30. It'll be 2nd down. 10-21. 2nd down and 21.
Makes Lompoc play defense for 1 less play, perhaps.
3 receivers up to the top. Melgoza from the shotgun, looking to pass all the way. Looking deep down the middle. This one will be thrown everybody at the midfield mark.
And there was a convention right around the 50-yard line, and
most of them were wearing blue jerseys.
And he threw that over the convention center and into the street beyond.
Yes.
It was overthrown by quite a bit.
Stops the clock with 1:53 left here in the 3rd. It'll be 3rd down and 21. For Bishop Diego from their own 30-yard line.
What you got for 3rd and 21, Greg?
What I've got matters not. What they've got, we're about to find out.
3 to go in the third quarter. 10-7 Lompoc.
Lagoza under center, under pressure. Tenario's got him in the backfield for a sack. Oscar off the end.
And
He went in unblocked.
They never even looked in his direction, and I'm surprised they didn't hear the thunderous footsteps, but he's not that heavy. So.
Oscar in there completely untouched and takes Melgoza down for a big loss back to the 22. It'll be 4th down and about 30.
having a tremendous game for Lompoc, and the Cardinals will have to punt.
And Bishop Diego will punt this one away. Dickerson back deep for the Braves at his own 45.
Beautiful job by
And what do you want to say about this? Whistles and flags, false start, Cardinals.
Flag is for Melgoza never had a chance.
Oh, my goodness. So now it's 4th down and 35.
Another penalty against Bishop Diego for the procedure. That's an even dozen.
That's even worse than the 1st and 40 I saw in the college game the other night.
Now punting from the goal line. Good snap, and another flag comes out. The punt is away, however. Bounces at about midfield and will be down at the Lompoc 46. But there is a flag back at around the 20. Let's see what this one's about. This has been a flag fest here this evening.
I believe somebody mentioned that.
And another false start against the Bishop Diego Cardinals. And a holding call against the Braves.
And
those will offset. And we're going to replay the down. So the kick didn't count.
And holding against Lompoc, they will offset.
Well, this kind of reminds me of a preseason game.
First quarter, a 19-yard field goal by Aldo Anguiano.
So it's still 4th down and 35. Dickerson standing right at midfield now. Actually going to move up a little bit.
4th and 35 at the 17.
Good snap. Kick is away. Decent kick. Fair catch called for and made by Dickerson at the Lompoc 48.
He then proceeds to fall on his keister.
And I have marvelous news, ladies and gentlemen. There are no flags on the field.
Is that allowed to happen, Greg?
I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it. Okay, 44.0. Yes, we have a tenth of a second on our scoreboard. 44 seconds left. It's Lompoc 10-7, and they've got the ball at their own 48.
We'll have it 1st and 10, and this game shaping up to be a beauty here.
We should have an interesting 4th quarter, to say the very least. We hope it's not as interesting as last week.
1st and 10 for the
right up the middle goes Canley, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and loses the ball. But covered up by the Braves.
I think that was number 50 got on him.
Oh, Sheldon Canley.
Canley was breaking it free and got the ball stripped on the way by. I think that might have been Jed Rance falling on that, Mike.
56 rather than 50.
And that saved the possession for the Braves. Saved a turnover and gave the Braves a 1st down. Looks like Oscar, I think, plowing up the middle to the 34.
So Canley will get 12 yards on the run.
Yes, that was Oscar on the carry to the 34-yard line, and that will let the final seconds click off here of the 3rd quarter. The ball will be just inside the 35-yard line, and then we'll return to start the 4th. 3 quarters in the books here at Hawk Stadium, and it's Lompoc 10, Bishop Diego 7. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
100.9.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back at the studio. And we thank you for joining us tonight here at 100.9 FM and KPEGradio.com. Streaming live around the world.
And the question is, Greg, is where are the paramedics? At this rate, there's going to be a whole bunch of heart attacks in this stadium tonight.
Yep. While we have a moment, let's thank another one of our sponsors, Branson's Embroidery and Gifts. Thank you so much to Mark and Beth Branson for joining us this year, this week, this season. We thank you for your support of local radio and local athletics. Branson's Embroidery.
Yeah, that was. He had basically one guy to beat, and he was trying to get outside, and that ball just false start. Right?
Well, the fourth quarter starts with a flag. I'm absolutely shocked, Mike.
And the ball was just laying there on the grass with probably 5 yards of space around it. And somebody came flying in.
Fortunately, that somebody was wearing a blue jersey.
Yeah.
So back the Braves up 5 to just inside the 40. It'll be second down at about 13. Ross from the shotgun throws complete to number 9.
Through that tunnel screen to
Mr. Duarte Tenario.
Yeah, and he picked up some yards, but he got popped.
Just a little curl and got down to the 37. It'll be third down and 10. Duarte Tenario getting some good work tonight and doing a good job. 3 receivers up to the top.
They have
one down here to the bottom. That's Morgan alone on the left. Ross looking for Morgan on the near sideline. Throws a jump ball. He's got it. Touchdown, Braves. And that's just putting Ryan Morgan out there and throwing him a jump ball and letting him go get it.
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw, though.
Lucas Toucher, along with Odecker,
and that's what you can do when you've got somebody like Ryan Morgan, who's 6'4". Just throw it up there and let him go get it.
Well, it wasn't just one guy. He had Dutcher and Bodecker basically pin him in, and Ross hung an absolute rainbow up there and right on the Morgan's hands, and
he couldn't have thrown that ball any better.
He just yanked it away from the other two.
Angriano with the kick gets up and good. So all of a sudden the Braves are up 17-7 with 11:05 left here in the fourth quarter. And already we have a much better start to the fourth than we did 1 week ago.
Yes, indeed. This is shaping up to be much more like Simi Valley.
Certainly like the result of that Simi Valley game better than I did last week. 17-7. Braves now lead by 10.
40-yard touchdown.
And that is another just ideal, beautiful, perfect pass by Kevin Ross.
Yeah.
The TD pass to Daniels earlier was right on it.
When he's just throwing, he's really good. When he's trying to think about it, you can almost see the processes. He'll get there, but
and remember, folks, he's a freshman.
Yep. Starting his second game, playing his third.
Just think how good he's going to be 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Kickoff fielded at the 7-yard line.
Right
up the middle with the wedge. Got plenty of room up the midfield and still going on the far sideline, and finally shoved out of bounds at around the inside the 40
by Angriano.
And a terrific kickoff return. Puts Bishop Diego in terrific position. See where they end up putting this on.
Yeah. 9th possession for Bishop with 10:55.
It's going to be inside the 35.
Great run back by Haskell.
That's what, about 50 yards on that return?
Pretty close.
As of yet. A sideline warning against Bishop Diego.
Another sideline warning against Bishop Diego.
A flag for a sideline infraction against the Cardinals. Still has not dropped the football.
Still haven't seen where they're going to spot this. He's standing at the 34. Do they have to mark this off?
I think that's a 5-yard penalty.
Yep,
So
there he goes.
No, it's the second.
Well, they're moving this all the way back to the 48. 15 yards on that one. That just wipes out 15 yards of a tremendous kickoff return. But still, the Cardinals will start on the Brave side of the 50.
Bishop will have it at the Lompoc 48. That is a stupid penalty.
3 receivers.
Scirocco comes way outside, and he's wide open.
Melgoza dumps it off.
To 4. And Melgoza was under heavy pressure again, but they'll come back to that one, I'm certain. Because they brought Scirocco out wide, and Lompoc basically left him alone, and he was running down the sideline all by his lonesome.
Completion goes for 9 yards. It's 2nd and 1. 3 receivers up top. Looking to pass. Have to step up in front of pressure, and we'll get down. Nick Dominguez got him from behind. Got him at the 39-yard line. Got just a little bit of forward progress. It'll be 3rd and a long 1.
But another great job by the Braves and Nick Dominguez. 3rd and 1.
Melgoza under center. Hand off up the middle.
And it's going to be close, but I think he might be a little bit short.
Scirocco on the carry. Down to about the 38. Yes. My colleague is correct. Short by about a half a yard. And it looks like Bishop Diego is going to go for it.
And there was absolutely no hesitation.
9-12 and counting.
They're putting one wide receiver on each side.
Now 1 in motion. Flags down.
Guess what?
Scirocco gets the first down and more down to the 31, but a flag back in the backfield. And this one's probably coming back. Penalty is just killing the Cardinals tonight.
Yep. Got down to, what is that, the 31?
31, I think. And we're discussing the play down here on the field as we speak, waiting for the official call.
Illegal shift. We've got 2 guys moving.
That'll negate the first down. We'll move the ball back 5 to about the 44. Now it's 4th down and about 6, and they'll still go for it. 4 receivers set, 1 up top, 3 to the near side. Melgoza under center. Scirocco, the lone back. Football is loose.
Scirocco picked it up, but he'll be
buried. At the 45, the Braves will take over on downs after the fumble in the backfield. Wow. So the Braves coming alive here offensively and defensively here in the 4th quarter. And they'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line with 8 minutes, 47 seconds left here in the 4th. Lompoc leading 17-7. So the Braves with 2 wides. Braves to the running game, straight up the middle for nothing. Maybe even a little less than nothing.
Yeah. A negative smidgen.
Negative smidgen. Okay. Well, Lompoc would just love to run off this last 8 minutes and change by running the ball. 2nd and 10. Tenario gets the carry. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2 on the far side, stretching for an extra yard.
Once again, handoff.
Maybe out to the 47 goes Oscar. It'll be 3rd and 8. Clock ticking down, under 8 minutes remaining now. Braves in no hurry. Going to want to use all of this play clock.
We've got, and we have a timeout Lompoc.
Interesting. Stops the clock with 7 minutes, 43 seconds remaining here in the 4th and final quarter. It's Lompoc 17, Bishop Diego 7. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
100.9 FM.
And streaming live at KPEGradio.com. Don't forget, folks, we will be on the road with the Braves next week as they travel for the first time this season. They'll be traveling over to Santa Maria Valley to take on the Arroyo Grande Eagles at Pioneer Valley High School. We'll be there. Pregame at 6:45. Take off at 7 o'clock. Hope you can join us.
Yeah, bring a good radio with you. Sometimes you can hear us over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a minute.
And if you can't go over there, get yourself near a good radio or a computer, and you can hear us anyway.
KPEGradio.com. We'll be there.
They had a lot of penalties the first week, but they were
So it's 3rd down. 3rd and 8 for Lompoc as we get back to play. 3 receiver set. Ross looking to pass.
Boom.
And he gets wrapped up and sacked back at the 40-yard line.
It was number 55 again, and he's
Carlos Garce. Oh, wait a minute. Got the right roster.
in the backfield.
Yeah, it was
Logo Baja.
And
he's going to get nailed for a loss.
He was
back at the
all the way back to the 40.
Logo Baja.
And it'll be 4th down and 15. And a punting situation for the Braves. Here's where it gets fun. Punting has been an adventure for Lompoc. After the timeout, the Braves spent. That play didn't work as they drew it up.
Bishop Diego quickly uses their first time out.
Bishop Diego will stop the clock. There's 7:34 remaining. They've got 2 left.
What a play by Logo Baja, who's been outstanding all year.
While we have a moment, let's take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors. Remember, folks, it's our sponsors that help make these broadcasts possible, and we sure appreciate them being with us to make these things a reality. Thank you so much to the Bach Shop, Branson's Embroidery, Frederick Quality Plumbing, the Surf Connection, and Tom's. Thank you very much, guys, for all your help this season.
A couple things we should mention on that play. A good job by Kevin to hold on to the ball when he got hit.
True.
A little bit holding on to the ball. Doesn't really have that internal clock working yet. And a good job by the defensive backs for Bishop Diego, because there was nobody open.
And as we line up to punt, the Braves will get flagged for a false start as there was some movement on the line. That'll cost them another flag and back it up to the 35-yard line.
I tell you, the officials are working on trying to get the first around.
That flag, my arm's going to be sore in the morning, that's for sure. Good snap. Kick is away, but very short, very high. And out of bounds on the far sideline. That's going to be about a net 5-6 yards on the kick. And this is the type of problem that got us in serious trouble last week. We're going to put it at the 42. That's 7 yards net on the kick. And again, the punting game, a struggle for Lompoc. So Bishop Diego with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the Braves 42. And they really need to cash in on this one, Mike, if they want to get in there. Down 10. Back to pass on 1st down. Looking to the near sideline for number 4. Incomplete at the 10-yard line.
And that was That was a great job by Joe Schumer back there.
Senior defensive back.
Sam McHale, the intended receiver,
Schumer had an interception.
couldn't quite get a grip on it. Good coverage, as you said, Mike. Second down and 10 for the Cardinals. Clock stop with 7:22 left here in the fourth.
Nice throw by Melgoza. McHale running his route, but Schumer.
That was a nice job all the way around.
Great
Schumer
job
just
to avoid the
managed to get a hand in there. And,
clean knockaway. Second down and 10.
Back to the running game with the pitch to the back.
and there's definitely some hitting going on out there.
Second and 10 from the Lompoc 42.
Down to about the 40 on the carry for a pickup of 2.
To the left
I
side.
think that was Shiraka. I'm not sure. That was
Rocco or Villa, I believe Villa, the ball
Villa.
carrier on that one.
as a
Pile.
pile.
2 on the carry. Down to the 40. It's 3rd and 8. Clock running. 6:45 left here in the fourth. 17-7 is our score. The Braves lead.
Whole line exhorting the Bishop guys to hurry.
Back to pass. Plenty of time. Throwing deep.
He's got
Hit McHale just a little bit at the goal line, and it's incomplete.
there were 5 guys in the end zone. 4 of them were from Lompoc, and McHale was behind all of them. And he overthrew them.
Couldn't get in the ball. And it's 4th down and 8. And I would expect to see the Cardinals go for this again. At this stage, clock stop with 6:32 left here in the fourth quarter.
They'll have to go for it, trailing by 2 scores. 6:32 to
Haven't been
go.
able to connect on those long balls so far tonight.
Play to pick up the first down.
2 receivers to either side.
They're going deep twice.
Back to pass.
Melgoza looks
Plenty of
to
time.
his
Now
left.
steps up. Gonna have to tuck it away.
45 is going to try to
Stiff arms at the 40 and down at the 40. DeAndre Coleman with the tackle. And that will give the Braves the ball on downs. DeAndre Coleman tracked him down at the 39.
6 away to Coleman. And that was not a fair fight there as Leandre
6:31 left, and the Braves will have the ball at their own 39. Now this is a good time for a 6-minute and 31-second drive.
So they turn the ball
And
over on down.
when the guy is 40 pounds heavier and faster than you, that is.
Yeah. Stop Lompoc. Cardinals don't
Oscar
want
Tenario refusing to go down, still fighting his way.
Picking up a couple of yards.
He's just like squirrely down there.
Yeah.
Down to close to the 43 goes Oscar.
He picked up about 3 or 4 almost.
That's going to be, well, he's up to 39 to the 43. We'll give him 4 and call it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and he was hit immediately and looked like a boring machine.
One man wide to the top. Ross under center, I formation for the Braves. Ball is on the ground and is covered up by the Bishop Diego Cardinals. Fumble in the backfield.
Oh, goodness.
And turnovers abound tonight, as do penalties. This one goes the way of Bishop Diego, and they've got the ball back once again in Lompoc territory. Put it right at the Braves 40.
Second turnover for each team.
5:39 left now. And the drama continues here at Houck. 3 receivers up top, 1 here to the short side.
Did I mention something about heart attacks?
You did.
Oh,
Escaping in the backfield. Has to tuck it away. Gives a stiff arm at the 37. Does Melgoza. And that turns a negative into a positive. Gets down to about the 37.
Picked up about 3. And guess what, Greg?
I believe we have a penalty flag down. And another one comes out.
And I think
This could be some unsportsmanlike stuff.
I think somebody was running El Maltho.
Holding Braves. Unsportsmanlike. Bishop Diego.
So the flags are signaled as a holding against Lompoc. And this is what happens here. I believe they're going to mark both of them off.
These could be, looks like they're going to pace both of these off, Mike.
Yeah, one
was during the play,
and
one was after the play.
Ball, yeah.
So we're holding against the Braves. At the 38, they'll mark off 10 yards to the 20. Well, they'll put it at the 27 from the point of the foul. And then they'll turn around and mark it off the other way, 15 yards. Maybe we could have done some math and made this quicker. But, so we'll do the hokey pokey out there, and we'll end up with the ball at the 42. First down, still first down. First and 12. Oh, that was fun. Was it really?
No. At least we haven't had a whole lot in the way of zebra huddles tonight, Greg.
Don't jinx it. They're discussing as we speak.
Another unsportsmanlike conduct.
Talking with Andrew.
The Cardinals, a net -2 on
But that makes sense. So one was during the play and one was a dead ball foul after the play. So
time is a factor when you're down by 10 points.
5 minutes, 29 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's 17-7. Braves on top. Bishop Diego with the ball. First and 12 at the Lompoc 42. That's your quick recap. And now we'll go discuss the penalty situation with the opposing coach. Who, by the way, is Tom Crawford.
Far side referee now telling Tom Crawford what happened.
And eventually we'll get this all sorted out and we can actually play some ball.
Ball resting at the Lompoc
Maybe.
on the near side hash mark. Bishop Diego going left.
Lompoc having a much more successful fourth quarter than they did last week.
Yeah, that wouldn't be difficult.
Yeah, true. That is true. Okay, I think we're about ready to get back to action.
Touchdown passes tonight for Lompoc's Cabot Ross.
And it'll be first and 12. First and 10. They've adjusted the marker. It's first and 10.
Oh, right up the middle.
Throwing on the run, complete at the 25, and breaks a tackle and down to the 20-yard line. That was Ben Bodeker on the catch. And a great job by Buddy Milgoza to get away from initial pressure in the backfield and get that ball on the way. Completion down to the 20 and a first and 10 for the Cardinals.
5:10 to go here in the fourth.
Yes, this one's not over, folks. Don't even think about doing anything except staying right here. From the shotgun, Milgoza looking to pass. Good protection. Throws to the end zone. This one will be thrown away out of bounds.
Yeah.
That was well covered there in the end zone. Dickerson was there all over the receiver.
That was thrown to the track. There was a couple players there.
And we have a holding penalty against the Cardinals. I am shocked. They'll bounce off 10 yards. And the Cardinals continue to hurt themselves disastrously with penalties all the way back to the 33.
4:46 remaining.
Still first down. First down in a bunch. 24, I believe.
They need to get down to the 10. The 34.
From the shotgun, Milgoza. Good protection. Now has to tuck it away. Runs left. Cuts it back to the right. Scrambling for his life. Tucks it away. Picks up down to the 31. Dives forward. Oscar Tenario there to make sure he goes down. Gain down to the 31-yard line. It'll give him 3 in the positive direction. It'll be second down and about 21.
Yeah.
Clock running. 4 minutes. 20 seconds remaining. And Bishop Diego getting lots of chances here. But they need to capitalize if they want to get in this game. Down 2 scores. 2 receivers up to the top. Melgoza looking right. Throws complete. Tackled immediately, however. That's Dickerson all over him.
Yeah, and then he just kind of flung that in the general direction, and that was a great catch going up to get it.
Tackled at the 22-yard line. Nice gain of about 9. But it'll be 3rd down and about 12 from the 22. Clock running, 3:35 left. 2 receivers left. 2 to the right. Melgoza from the shotgun. Rolls to his right, throws on the run, throws into a crowd, and it is incomplete. There are 4 blue jerseys around 1 receiver. Braves defense swarming to the bull.
Schumer got a hand on it.
And it's 4th down again for the Cardinals. 4th and 12 this time from the Braves 22. And it looks like they might be going for a field goal here, Mike. They need 2 scores. They'll take the 3 now. Try and get this down to 1 possession. It'll be at the 30, making this a 40-yard attempt. So this will be a long one. Luckhurst on the kick. Looks pretty good. Nice high kick, and it is no good. Wide to the left. It had the distance. But just left.
Plenty of height and distance, and at the last minute, it just drifted wide to the left. The Lompoc withstands the Bishop large stance. Misses.
Ross?
15 to go. This field goal will give Lompoc 4 yards. 20-yard line. Just wide to the left at the last instant.
3:18 to go.
I thought that ball was going to go in, and at the last moment it just faded. No good. So Lompoc will take over, still leading by 10.
Braves will take over at their own 20, 1st and 10 after the missed field goal. Leaves the score at 17-7. And it's looking desperation time here for the Cardinals. The Braves trying to run out the clock with 3 minutes remaining.
Holden will bump it out for about 2 yards from the 20 to the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
2:45 and counting. 2nd down and 9 from the 21.
To get the lead. They have no one to blame tonight but themselves. Way too many penalties. 2nd down and 8 at the 2.5 mark.
Braves keeping the ball, not surprisingly, on the ground, out to about the 24, goes this carry. Bishop Diego still with 2 timeouts remaining, and they'll take one here to stop the clock with 2:25.
There will be a timeout, Bishop Diego, another gain of 2.
17-7 is the score. The Braves leading. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 when they get back.
2:25.
The Braves can run out this last couple of minutes. They're going to get out of here with a win, and desperately needed one at that. They can manage a couple of 1st downs here, Mike. That's really about all they need to do.
Yep. Do you try and throw it here, or do you run it?
Well, I think you run it and force them to take their last time out. That would be my thoughts. But then if you don't make it, you got a 4th down and a punch. Yes. Which, as we all know, can be
an adventure,
to say the very least.
Colvin in there with.
Fortunately, Coach Jones is in charge and not me, so let's see what he decides to do.
Adam Lazaro then is the fullback in the eye.
Ross under center.
They'll give it to Coleman, and he busts outside.
He's got a 1st down and more, and out of bounds that are at the 38-yard line. Nope, tackled inbounds, they say.
Stayed in bounds.
That's a good thing as well. 1st down for the Braves. Clock will start running after they reset the sticks. And that's the best of both worlds for Lompoc.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. And the clock should start running. There it goes.
And the ball's out at the 39, so.
Cardinals electing to hold on to their final timeout for the moment.
Yeah, Coleman creeping up on 100 yards.
Used one of the timeouts.
One receiver up top looks like Daniels.
On 3rd and 6. The Bishop defense could not.
Oh.
And whistles and flags. And guess what? Another delay of game.
Yeah, just as they were getting.
Those have been way too frequent this evening on both teams.
154. And the ball will be back at the 34.
Braves don't care too much about the 5 yards, but it did stop the clock, which was not a good thing. 1st and 15, I formation. Ooh, tackled in the backfield. Is that Coleman? I think.
Be a loss of yardage.
Loss of a couple there on that one. Yeah. And there's the Cardinals calling their final timeout. 1:47 left on the clock now. Cardinals out of timeouts. The ball at the 32.
Loss of a couple.
So really all the Braves need to do now is get one first down, and they can put this one in the win column. And if the Braves do hold on and get this win, it's a vital victory for the Braves, but not an easy one. They had to earn this one, and they proved some stuff tonight. Proved some things about themselves, about how they can bounce back.
A little bit of intestinal fortitude, use the old cliche.
Coach Jones told them that they shouldn't allow one quarter of football to define who they are. And I think that's what they're trying to do tonight, is get past that 1 12-minute segment that didn't go very well and show everybody that they really are the Lompoc Braves that we know.
A lot of room over on the right side. They had everybody.
Coleman with the carry. He'll go straight up the gut for 1, maybe 2.
Number 1, Leandre Coleman on the carry.
All they're trying to do is get the clock rolling, and they do. 1.5 to go. Ball out to the 34.
And it will be 3rd and 16 at the 32.
Ross comes back into with the play.
DeAndre Coleman rushes for 1 yard, so brings up 3rd down.
High formation. Coleman the deep back. Ross under center. They'll run this play clock all the way down.
Hopefully not all the way down.
Statues there on the line this time. Coleman busted out, trying to keep in bounds, but he's going to get run out of bounds.
Right around the 40, I think. And ends up over amongst the cheerleaders on the track.
Looks at about the 39 is where they'll put it. It'll be 4th down and 11. Clock stop of 57.4 ticks remaining. Put it at the 38 officially. And the Braves facing a 4th down. And the punting unit will come out. Okay, and as we get slightly nervous here in the press box.
Yeah.
And delay of game against the Braves. Okay. So another 5 yards marked off against Lompoc. Move it back to the 33 or 32. There we go. 33.
57.4 seconds. So it's 4th and 16.
And there is nobody back deep for the Cardinals. They're sending everybody trying to block this punt. And a flag down before the play snap. What do you know? Offside? Bishop Diego.
Oh, goodness.
4 seconds. Make that 5-yard pack. And this is going to be against Bishop.
Fortunately, I haven't been counting the number of penalties tonight, and I'm glad.
Yeah, too many.
I need a calculator.
I need a supercomputer at the rate we're going.
4th and 11, and here come the Cardinals again, trying not to go outside this time, but definitely trying to get in the backfield and block this kick. And they do not. Nice high kick.
Best punt of the night.
Bounces at the 35, takes a beautiful Lompoc roll all the way down to the 22-yard line, where it will be down.
Got a 13-yard roll.
And no flags on the field.
40-yard punt.
45.7 seconds remaining. Braves up 10, 17-7. No timeouts left for Bishop Diego. It's got to score 10 points in a real big hurry. So you can probably expect 4 go routes. Make that 5. 5 receivers. Back to pass. Bounces one incomplete at the 35.
Just before he got hit by Coleman and who else was that? 57.
The Sunset Auto Center player of the game for tonight.
Braithwaite is back there.
Stellar play on offense and defense goes to number 1, Leandre Coleman.
Leandre Coleman just announced as the Sunset Auto Center player of the game.
Yep, and he was definitely a disruptive player on defense and close to 100 yards on offense running the ball.
Back to pass on 2nd and 10.
He just made a beautiful spin move and
got wrapped up. Managed to get across the line of scrimmage, I think.
Yeah, Melgoza was in the washing machine there for a while.
Flag down. Face mask against the Braves on the tackle. I'm going to give the Cardinals 5 yards on that one, out to the 28.
32.5 seconds.
2nd and 4. The clock, the big issue here. 30 seconds remaining. 4 wide receivers. Back to pass. This one will be incomplete here on the sideline. Intended for Sirocco. Third down. And about 5, we'll call it. Clock stop with 22.2 seconds. Bishop Diego running out of time and looking for a miracle.
About ready to hand Bishop Diego their first loss of the year.
3 receivers up top, 1 here to the near side in the slot. Melgoza from the shotgun. Throws this one across the middle, incomplete. Knocked away by the Braves. Looked like Jed Rance got a hand on it. And it'll be 4th down with 17.8 seconds remaining. Bishop Diego down to their last snap. They need to get at least 5 yards to keep possession, and then they're going to run out of time. Looks like.
I tell you one thing, Melgoza is not going to want to see Leandre Coleman anymore.
Ever again. He's very glad that Leandre is a senior.
Yeah.
So here we go at 4th and 5. Melgoza rolling left, under pressure, throws on the run, incomplete at the 40-yard line, and the Braves will take over on downs, and that'll do it.
And Leandre Coleman got grabbed by the shirt and just absolutely yanked to the ground.
No flag. 10.9 seconds to go. The Braves will take over possession at the Bishop Diego 33-yard line, and all they need to do is get into Mike's favorite formation. Victory formation, and take a knee. And Lompoc is going to get out of this one with a win, Mike.
And will improve the 2-1 and get ready for the Arroyo Grande.
Kevin Ross will
on the road next week. Bishop
take the
will
snap,
also be on
take
the
a
road.
knee,
We'll have that
and this one will tick down to the end.
at 6:45. 1 week. Congratulations.
Our final score will be the Lompoc Braves 17, the Bishop Diego Cardinals 7, and the Braves had to earn it, but boy, did they need it.
And we should have mentioned that with the exception of the fourth quarter against Rigetti, Lompoc defense really hasn't given up anything.
That's true.
We gave up 3 against Simi Valley on a late play that set up a field goal against the Subs. Against Rigetti, they gave up 21 on basically 3 plays. The other touchdown that Rigetti scored was a interception return, and then tonight they pitched a shutout. The 7 that Bishop scored was on a fumble recovery.
Yep,
in the end zone.
special teams. So credit the Braves defense. They had a bit of a stumble in that fourth quarter last week, but beyond that, you're right, Mark. They've done a stellar job through 3 games. And the Braves are looking like the Braves again.
It's going to be interesting against the Eagles next week.
Indeed. Don't forget, folks, we will be at Pioneer Valley High School next Friday night as the Lompoc Braves will take on the Arroyo Grande Eagles. That is always a good one. We hope you can join us for that. Very impressed with Kevin Ross once again. Doing a really good job stepping in as the starting quarterback for Cameron Iribarren. Very impressed with him.
Growing by leaps and bounds.
A couple of other spectacular passes tonight.
Yeah.
For touchdowns.
The touchdown passes he threw were as good as you can do it.
Yep.
Whatever level you're on.
17-7. Stay with us.
That kid is going to be something else. He's good now. Just wait. He's going to be great.
I don't think Joe Schumer was too far off the mark when he said he could be the best to come out of the Central Coast. And that entails some pretty good, good ones.
Yes, it does.
Mark Brunell comes to mind.
Yes.
Up at St. Joe. Santa Barbara's had some pretty good quarterbacks over the years.
There's a kid named Andrew Jones too.
Yeah, Andrew Jones. I was thinking of the guy named Cunningham.
Oh, him.
Who was pretty good, but.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Braves come out of Houck Stadium tonight with a 17-7 win. They are now 2-1 on the year. Bishop Diego also 2-1 now.
Yeah, and they are really going to. I think as this season goes on, the Braves are really going to think about that fourth quarter. But as Coach Jones reminded them, you can't let one quarter define your team. But
next week, Bishop Diego will be on the road at Napomo.
They should win that one.
And the Braves, as we said, will be on the road to Santa Maria, to Pioneer Valley High School, to take on the Arroyo Grande Eagles as Duck Kitchen Stadium is being renovated. And we'll be there at 100.9 FM and at kpegradio.com. Hope you can join us for that one as well. Pre-game at 6:45 with our usual Andrew Jones interview, and then kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. Please join us if you can't make the trip. Love to have you. So for Judy Baker back at the studio and Bill Smith back at the studio, for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Once again, our final score from Houck Stadium, the Lompoc Braves 17, the Bishop Diego Cardinals 7. Good night, everybody.
Hi, this is head coach